Again, time for Durga Puja. Of course, here you hardly realize anything. Upasana, I cannot see you. You shift your chair like this. If you want to see what Durga Puja is like, you have to go, everybody knows where. But we are far away from that place. That the enthusiasm starts from maybe 15 days earlier. Yeah, and nowadays, when we were young, people used to go to see the Durga Puja generally from Shashti, that is Saptami from the Puja starts. Nowadays it starts from a little after Mahalaya itself, people start going to the pandals. After it is so crowded, this year of course there was a little rain and all, but still the enthusiasm is tremendous. The whole state is, it's shining. So only those who have gone can realize. So the Divine Mother has many names, and one of them is Durga. Other names we all know: Kali, Saraswati, Chandika, all these things. So actually, Durga Puja is what? Durga Puja is the worship of the Divine Mother. Divine Mother means God as Mother. So this is one of the oldest forms of worship. You keep this with you. Someone comes, you keep on. So this is one of the oldest forms of worship known to humanity. Even in prehistoric times, God was worshipped as the Divine Mother all over the world. Evidences for mother worship have been recovered in different places in Europe, in the Americas, where we are, Africa and Asia. But it is only in India that mother worship went beyond the framework of a cult and became a full-fledged living religion, supported by an advanced theology, scriptures, rites, customs, and festivals, which are followed by millions of people, even in modern times. And of course, in Bengal, worship of God as Mother attained the highest form of cultural refinement and also ritual sophistication, and became the dominant faith and practice of the people, which it still is. So like Ganesh Chaturthi is the biggest festival in Maharashtra, Durga Puja is by far the biggest festival in Bengal. Although nowadays, of course, Durga Puja is celebrated all over in India, Dasara and all. So the Chandi or the Durga Saptashati is the most important scripture of the mother worshippers. Mother worshipper means they are called Shakta. From Shakti comes Shakta. So mother worshippers means those who worship Shakti. This is a part of the Purana Markandeya Purana. Markandeya Purana has this Chandi, the whole thing. And the name Chandi of that scripture is a short form of Chandika, which we know is a powerful form of the Divine Mother or Mahadevi, who manifests herself to destroy evil. And we know that she has many other names like Kaushiki, Katyayani, Ashtadasha Bhuja, Mahalakshmi, Mahishasura-mardini, so many names are there. So Chandi or Chandika is the name by which the Divine Mother is referred to in the Devi Mahatmyam. So this same scripture has three names: Devi Mahatmyam, Durga Saptashati and Chandi. First I used to be confused, then I found that the same thing has three names. So Chandi represents the killer of the demon Chanda. Chanda and Munda were the powerful demons. So the meaning of Chandi may be said to be angry or terrible. Terrible for evildoers, not terrible for people who are good. So this name Chandi or Chandika has been used in the Durga Saptashati about 29 times. So, of course, Devi Mahatmyam is supposed to have been originated in Bengal, the primary seat of the Shakta or goddess tradition, and of course Tantric sadhana also. Those are related. So, of all the extant Tantra literature, the Chandi is the most widely read in all Hindu homes, especially in Bengal. And in the ceremonial worship of Hindu goddesses such as, of course, Durga, and also, so three main most important worships are there, I think. And maybe other, Suhagnadi or Jayadi will tell you, I don't know, but maybe mistaken. As far as I know, Durga Puja, Kali Puja, and Jagadhatri Puja. Others are there, Lakshmi Puja, Saraswati Puja, but these are the main. So, in these, all the three, Durga, Kali, and Jagadhatri, the recital of the Chandi is a part and parcel of the ritualistic paraphernalia. It is considered as the fifth Veda by the Shaktas. So, why I am saying all this? Because from last year, we have decided that during the Durga Puja festival, we will read through one chapter of the Chandi. So, I don't know whether you remember, but last year we had read the first chapter in detail. So, this time we will read the second chapter. So, those who are new, just a few introductory things they should know. So, the Chandi describes the three different aspects of the Devi in 13 chapters. First is Mahakali, that is supposed to be the Tamasika aspect. Then Mahalakshmi, that is supposed to be the Rajasika aspect. And then Mahasaraswati, that is the Sattvika aspect. So, these are the three charitras or characters of the Devi. So, all these you see, the word Maha has been added. Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. So, why Maha? Because this denotes that it is the primordial power. It is not some lower god that we are worshipping. We are worshipping the ultimate god, which is known as Ishvara in Vedanta. So, as Sri Ramakrishna has said, God and his power cannot be separated. So, Ishvara and his power cannot be separated. And Ishvara's power is Shakti. So, actually, it is the same God, ultimate Godhead which is being worshipped. That is why the Maha has been added. So, Kali, Lakshmi, etc. are the same reality seen from three different standpoints. So, we should not think they are separate. Kali is something separate, Lakshmi is something separate, Durga is something separate, not like that. So, why first Tamasika, Rajasika, and Sattvika? Because first, a human being has to fight with his lowest nature, which is animal nature. That is the Tamasika nature. Then Rajasika comes. Rajasika is better than the animal nature, but it has too much greed and all these things. Hatred, greed, all these are Rajasika things. Then he has to conquer that. Then finally he has also to transcend the good qualities, Sattvika aspect, before he gets the vision of reality. So, that is why the first the Tamasika aspect of Divine Mother, then the Rajasika, then the Sattvic. So, the Prathama Charitra of the Divine Mother is complete in the first chapter itself that we have done last time. The Madhyama Charitra takes 3 more chapters, and the Uttama Charitra, that is the Sattvika, takes the last 7. So, a summary of the first chapter we can do because we had discussed that last time. So what happened? This is from the beginning. What is the story? Once upon a time, there was a king on earth named Suratha. His country was once invaded by an alien king who conspired in cooperation with his state officials and finally dethroned him. Thus, insulted and broken-hearted, he took to a wandering life and wandered to the forest hermitage of the sage Medhas. There he met with a well-to-do merchant named Samadhi. So both of them, Suratha and Samadhi, they are going to the sage Medhas. So Samadhi merchant, his fate had been the same. So Suratha had been deceived by his officials, he was a king, and Samadhi had been likewise deceived by his greedy relatives. So both Suratha and Samadhi were in the same condition. Everything, they were robbed of everything. So they approached the sage. So that is our condition. When we are happy, we don't feel the need of going anywhere. We are quite all right. Only when dangers come, then we go to someone. So here also, they went to this sage. Then what question did they ask the sage? They found that even though they had been deceived by their officials and one had been deceived by his relatives, still they found that they could not break their attachment towards them. That was the terrible situation in which they were. So they asked the sage, what should we do? So the sage expounded them the doctrine of our ignorance and also how to get rid of ignorance. Same thing, what is in Vedanta, same thing put in a different form. So what did the sage say? All this is there in the first chapter, that the Divine Mother sometimes even allures the hearts of the wise and hurls them into this world, troubles of the world, with her mysterious enchantment. She is the creator of the sentient and insentient nature. Yet, on being propitiated by intense adoration as Mother, she clears the path for our salvation. That is the way out. On hearing this, Suratha and Samadhi humbly said to the sage, so if we can get rid of this ignorance, our suffering, by worshipping the Divine Mother, please tell us what is her nature, whom we are worshipping. Because otherwise, how will you worship without knowing whom you are worshipping? So they requested him to tell what is the form of the Divine Mother, what is her nature. Then the sage described that she is eternal, without birth and death. The whole cosmos is her body, and she is all pervasive as the immanent principle of consciousness. Yet, she incarnates herself from time to time in various forms to establish righteousness and the right of the gods over the demons. And at the end of the cycle, when the creation is involved, so then she takes back her creation, then she creates again. Like that it goes on. So here what happened in the first chapter, the two demons, Madhu and Kaitava, they emerged from the ear of Lord Vishnu while he was sleeping, that is when he was in Yoga Nidra. And the two demons emerged. So demons, as soon as they come, they want to create mischief. No. So as soon as they emerged, they wanted to kill Brahma. Brahma was quietly sitting, doing no harm to anybody, but they wanted to kill him. So then what to do? Brahma, the god of creation, thought they are very powerful demons and they have come from Vishnu only. So only Vishnu can kill them. So he is sleeping. So I have to rouse him for his sleep. So for rousing Vishnu from sleep, Brahma sought the help of the eternal goddess of sleep, which is abiding in Vishnu's divine eyes. So then he began to worship that goddess. If you want anything from anybody, you have to worship him, praise him. So then Brahma started worshipping so that goddess may help him by rousing Vishnu from his sleep. So that is a stuti we had done, and we can Tvam Swaha, Tvam Svadha, Tvam Hi. So we will do today also little of it. So thus solicited, the dreadful mother aroused Vishnu and caused the demons to be killed. That in brief is the story of the first chapter. So the Rishi next passed on to the second charitra of the Divine Mother. So here comes the buffalo-faced demon king Mahishasura. He conquers the god, establishes rule in heaven, and again the vanquished gods, they go to Brahma again, praying for help. So we will see a little of it today. We will read the second chapter. But before starting, we will do the just part of the hymn, Tvam Swaha, Tvam Svadha, and we will do 2 verses, then Ankur will read the translation, then again we will chant 2 verses. So those who have there, have in Devanagari, and I have got a little in part of it in English here. Oh. I think I forgot. I had made the slide, but I have got it in English here. So I think Katie and anybody else who cannot understand the English. So 1, 2, 3. Anybody else if you want to? One more. So everybody please chant together 2 verses, then the translation, then again 2 verses like that. Tvam Swaha, Tvam Svadha, Tvam Hi, Vashatkara Swaratmika, Sudha Tvam Akshare Nitye, Tridha Matratsmika Sthita, Ardhamatra Sthita Nitya, Yanucharya Visheshata, Tvameva Sa Tvam Savitri, Tvam Deva Janani Para.
Said, "You are Swaha and Swadha. You are verily the Vasatkara and embodiment of Swara. You are the nectar, O eternal and imperishable one. You are the embodiment of threefold mantra. You are half a mantra through eternal. You are verily that which cannot be uttered specifically. You are Savitri and the Supreme Mother of Devas.
त्वयैतद्धार्यते विश्वं त्वयैतत्सृज्यते जगत् त्वयैतत्पाल्यते देवी त्वमस्यन्ते च सर्वदा विसृष्टौ सृष्टिरूपा त्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तथा संहृतिरूपान्ते जगतोऽस्य जगन्मये.
By you this universe is born. By you this world is created. By you it is protected, O Devi, and you always consume it at the end. O you, who are always of the form of the whole world, at the time of creation, you are of the form of creative force. At the time of sustention, you are of the form of protective power. And at the time of dissolution of the world, you are of the form of destructive power.
Mahavidya Mahamaya Mahamedha Mahasmriti Mahamoha cha bhavati Mahadevi Mahasuri Prakritistvam hi sarvasya Gunatraya vibhavini Kalaratrir Maharatri Moharatrischa Daruna.
You are the supreme knowledge as well as the great essence, the great intellect and contemplation, as also the great delusion, the great Devi, as also the great Asuri. You are the primordial cause of everything, bringing into force the three qualities. You are the dark night of periodic dissolution. You are the great night of final dissolution and the terrible night of delusion.
Tvam Shri Stvamishwari Tvam Hri Stvam Buddhir Bodhalakshana Lajja Pushti Statha Tushti Stvam Shanti Shantirevacha Khadgini Shulini Ghora Gadini Chakrini Tatha Shankhini Chapini Bana Bhushundi Paridha Yudha.
You are the goddess of good fortune, the ruler, modesty, intelligence, characterized by knowledge, bashfulness, nourishment, contentment, tranquility, and forbearance, armed with sword, spear, club, discus, conch, bow, arrows, slings, and iron mace. You are terrible. At the same time, you are pleasing. Yeah, more pleasing than all the pleasing things and exceedingly beautiful.
Soumya Soumyatara Shesha Soumyebhyastvati Sundari Para Paranam Parama Tvameva Parameshwari Yacha Kinchit Kvachid Vastu Sadasadvakhilatmike Tasya Sarvasya Ya Shakti Sattvam Kimstu Yase
are indeed the Supreme Ishwari, beyond the high and low, and whatever or wherever a thing exists, conscient or non conscient, whatever powers, all that possess is yourself.
यया त्वया जगत् स्रष्टा जगत्पातातियो जगत् सोऽपि निद्रावशं नीत कस्त्वां स्तोतुम् इहेश्वर विष्णु शरीरग्रहणम् अहमीशान एव च कारितास्ते यतोतस्त्वां कः स्तोतुं शक्तिमान् भवेत्.
O you who are the soul of everything, and how can I extol you more than this? By you, even he who creates, sustains, and devours the world is put to sleep. Who is here capable of extolling you? Who is capable of praising you? Who have made all of us, Vishnu, myself, and Shiva, take our embodied forms? O Devi, being lauded thus, bewitch these two unaccessible asuras, Madhu and Kataba, with your superior powers.
Give the book. Yeah, because we have done the first chapter last time. So, the three charitras, the three forms of Devi, we have seen. So these, when the chapters are begin, like the first chapter, all these are meditations. Like when we had studied the introduction to the Chandogya, we had told that meditations are there. So now those types of meditations are now in this form. So when you want to meditate first, what should you know? The characteristics of the god or goddess upon whom you want to meditate. So before the three charitras are mentioned, that particular form of goddess is described. So first chapter we have already seen, and the next charitra is beginning with the second chapter, which we will do today. So first we have to see that what form of Devi is there in the Madhyama Charitra. So it is in front of you. So I have written in both English and Ye. You can please repeat after me because the Sanskrit is difficult. So the second form is the Mahalakshmi form. Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. So this is called, what is Mahalakshmi Dhyanam. So please repeat after me. Om Akshastrak Parashum Gadeshu Kulisham Padmam Dhanu Kundikam Dandam Shaktimasim Chacharma Jalajam Ghantam Surabhajanam Shulam Pasha Sudarshane Cha Dadhatim Hastai Pravala Prabham Seve Sauribha Mardanim Iha Mahalakshmim Sarojasthitam. So this describes the form of Saraswati, of Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi. So Om, I worship Mahalakshmi. So where is she seated? Sarojasthitam. Saroja means lotus. and whose coral-like radiance shines forth. And she has various hands. In those hands, she is holding a rosary, an axe, a mace, arrows, thunderbolt, lotus, bow, water pot, staff, spear, sword, shield, bell, a vessel of nectar, a trishul, a noose, and a discus, the chakra. And what is she? Sauribha Mardinim, the slayer of the buffalo demon, Mahishasur, here in this world. So this is the translation. So we will read the second chapter, just plain translation, because no time to go into detail on this occasion. And in between, as usual, we will sing some songs which you have already practiced last time. So Atha Madhyama Charitam, Mahalakshmi Dhyanam, this is we have done. So Madhyama Charita doesn't contain much actually. It's just the, the introduction to first Mahishasura actually does not come yet. First he sends his army and all. So this is about like that. But in Ramayana also, Ravan doesn't come first. He sends Kharadushana, etc., etc. So here also same thing. So the Rishi said, Rishi means the Medhas, the sage, he said, of yore, when Mahishasura was the lord of the demons and Indra the lord of the gods, there was a war between the Devas and the Asuras. Devas, God, Asuras, demons. For a full 100 years. So our world wars are nothing compared to this war. In that army of the Devas, in that war, the army of the Devas was vanquished by the demons. They were so powerful. So Mahishasura was the king. After conquering all the Devas, he became the lord of heaven. Nobody to challenge him. So then the vanquished Devas, headed by Brahma, the lord of all beings, went to the place where Shiva and Vishnu were there. The Devas described to them in detail what had happened, the story of their defeat by Mahishasura. So they said he, Mahishasura himself, has assumed the jurisdictions of Surya, Indra, Agni, Vayu, Chandra, Yama, and Varuna. He has thrown out from heaven by that evil-natured demon, the hosts of Devas wander on the earth like ordinary mortals. Because where to stay now? Heaven is under him. So all of them have come to a lower state, our earth. And so all that has been done by the enemy of the Devas has been related to you, O Shiva and Vishnu, and we have sought shelter under you. So both of you, please think the ways and means for his destruction. Having thus heard the words of the Devas, Vishnu became very angry, and also Shiva became very angry that how this fellow demon has conquered the earth and all. How dare he could do this? So there issued forth a great light from the face of Vishnu. There issued forth a great light from the face of Vishnu, who was full of intense anger. And from that of Brahma and Shiva also. From the bodies of Indra and other Devas also sprang forth a very great light. And all this light from all the other Devas, they became united together. So there all the powers are being united. The Devas saw there a concentration of light. So this is actually the birth of the Divine Mother. She is born from all the powers of all the gods. That way. So Devas saw there a concentration of light like a mountain blazing excessively, pervading all the quarters with its flames. Then that unique light produced from the bodies of all the Devas, pervading the three worlds with its lustre, combined into one. All that tremendous power combined into one and became the Divine Mother. By that which was Shiva's light. So all the lights were there. So Shiva's light, what happened? That formed her face. By Yama's light, her hair. By Vishnu's light, her arms. So other like that, Chandra, Indra, Varuna, all these, they became the source of the various parts of the Divine Mother. And by Brahma's light, her feet came into being. So then it is described that the light of the Sandhyas became her eyebrows, the light of the Vayu became her ears, all these things. Then looking at her who had come into being from the assembled lights of all the Devas, the immortals who were oppressed by Mahishasura experienced joy. Tata samasta devanam tejo rashi samudbhava. Teja, that power of all the Devas. Rashi means that concentrated power. Samudbhavam, from that she has come. Tam vilokya mudam prapu amara mahishardita. So vilokya means seeing that. All the gods became very joyful. Then now the time comes for the Devas to give their weapons. Each one of them will give their weapon. So first, Shulam. Shulad vinishkrishya dadau tasya pinakadrik. Chakram cha dattavan Krishna samutpatya swachakratah. So Shiva, the Trishul is there, Shiva we know. He presented it to her. Then Vishnu, we know that he had that chakra, he presented it to her. Varuna gave her a conch. Agni gave her a spear. Maruta gave a bow. Also two quivers full of arrows. And then who gave what again? Shankham cha varuna shaktim dadau tasya hutashanah maruto dattavangs chapam bana purne tateshuti. So we have seen this one. Then Indra. Vajram Indra samutpatya kulishad maradhipah dadau tasya sahasraksho ghanta maira vatag tat gajat. So Indra, Lord of the Devas, bringing forth a thunderbolt from his own thunderbolt. So they had the power to duplicate the weapons. And a bell from that of his elephant Airavata, Gaja. Gaja means elephant. Yama gave a staff from his own staff. And Varuna, the Lord of the waters, gave her a noose. So this is all in the 23rd verse. Kala dandadyamo dandam pasham chambu patir dadau prajapatis chakshamalam dadau brahma kamandalum. So Brahma, the Lord of the beings, gave a string of beads and a water pot. Then comes the turn of Surya, the sun. Samast rome kupeshu nija rashmin divakarah kalascha dattavan khadgam tasyas charmacha nirmalam. Surya bestowed his own rays on all the pores of her skin, and Kala, time, gave a spotless sword and a shield. Then comes the turn of the milk ocean, Vishwakarma, all these things. So Shirodaschaamalam haramajare cha tathambare chudamadim cha divyam kundale katakani cha ardhachandram tatha shubhram keyuran sarvabahushu nupurau vimalau tadvat graiveyakam anuttamam anguliyakaratnani samastaswangulishu cha vishwakarma dadautasya parashum chati nirmalam. So the milk ocean gave a pure necklace, a pair of undecaying garments, a divine crest jewel, a pair of earrings, bracelets, a brilliant half moon, armlets on all arms, a pair of shining anklets, a unique necklace, and excellent rings on all her fingers. Vishwakarma gave her a brilliant axe, weapons of various forms, and also an impenetrable armor. The ocean gave her a garland of unfading lotuses for her head, besides a very beautiful lotus in her hand. And the mountain Himavat gave her a lion to ride on and various jewels. Then we come to Kubera and other gods. These are the other gods who remain. So we had read till 27. Adatat jaladhistasya pankajam chati shobhanam himavan vahanam singham ratnani vividhani cha dadava shunyam suraya pana patram dhanadipa sheshascha sarvanagesho mahamani vibhushitam nagaharam dadautasya dhatte yah prithivim imam अन्नैरपि सुरैर्देवी भूषणैरायुधास्तथा सम्मानिता ननाद्योचै साट्टहासं मुहुर्मुहुः तस्या नादेन घोरेण कृत्स्नमां पूरितं नभ. So the Lord of Wealth gave her a drinking cup. Shesha, the Lord of all serpents who supports this earth, gave her a serpent necklace bedecked with best jewels. Honored likewise by other devas with ornaments and weapons, she, the Devi, the goddess, gave out a loud roar with a defying laugh again and again. So that is called the Attahasya. That is a terrible, terrible form of the Divine Mother. By her unending, exceedingly great, terrible roar, the entire sky was filled. And there was a great reverberation. All the worlds shook and the seas trembled. Chukshubhu sakala loka samudras chakampire. Even so, there was such a great power had risen. So this video, you can see there's a very beautiful video of the gods giving the weapons. I think we had shown it earlier also, but it is worth seeing again, especially as it is related to the second chapter. So much work was there, I think I forgot. No, here it is.
ततोऽतिकोपपूर्णस्य चक्रिणो वदनात्ततः निश्चक्राम महत्तेजो ब्रह्मणः शङ्करस्य च अन्येषां चैव देवानां सक्रादीनां शरीरतः निर्गतं सुमहत्तेज तच्चैकं समगच्छत अतीव तेजसः कूटं ज्वलन्तमिव पर्वतं दद्रीषुस्तेषु नास्तत्र ज्वालाव्याप्तदिगन्तरम् अतुलं तत्र तत्तेजः सर्वदेव शरीरजम् एकस्थं तदपुन्नारी व्याप्तलोकत्रयं दिशाम्. नमस्ते जगद्व्यापिके विश्वरूपे नमस्ते जगद्वन्द्यपादारविन्दे नमस्ते जगत्तारिणि त्राहि दुर्गे नमस्ते जगच्चिन्त्यमानस्वरूपे नमस्ते महायोगिनि ज्ञानरूपे नमस्ते सदानन्दनन्दस्वरूपे नमस्ते जगत्तारिणि त्राहि दुर्गे अनाथस्य दीनस्य तृष्णातुरस्य क्षुधार्तस्य भीतस्य बद्धस्य यन्त्र तमेका गतिर्देवि निस्तारकर्त्री नमस्ते जगत्तारिणि त्राहि दुर्गे अरण्ये रणे दारुणे शत्रुमध्ये नले सागरे प्रान्तरे राजगे तमेका गतिर्देवि निस्तार हेतु नमस्ते जगत्तारिणि त्राहि दुर्गे अपारे महादुस्तरे तियन्तघोरे विपत्सागरे मज्जतां देहभाजां तमेका गतिर्देवि निस्तारणौका नमस्ते जगत्तारिणि त्राहि दुर्गे नमश्चण्डिके चण्डदोर्दण्डलीला समुत्खण्डिता खण्डला शेषभीते तमेका गतिर्विघ्न सन्दोहहन्त्री नमस्ते जगत्तारिणि त्राहि दुर्गे तमेकाजिताराधिता सत्यवादी नमे याजिता क्रोधना क्रोधनिष्ठा पीडापिङ्गलात्तं सुषुम्नाशनाडी नमस्ते जगत्तारिणि त्राहि दुर्गे नमो देवि दुर्गे शिवे भीमनादे सरस्वती अरुन्धति अमोघस्वरूपे विभूतिः शची कालरात्रिस्वतित्वं नमस्ते जगत्तारिणि त्राहि दुर्गे शरणमसि सुराणां सिद्धविद्याधराणां मुनिधनुजनराणां व्याधिभिः पीडितानां नृपतिगृहगतानां दस्युभिरावृतानां तमसि शरणमेका देवि दुर्गे प्रसीद देवि दुर्गे प्रसीद देवि दुर्गे प्रसीद देवि दुर्गे प्रसीद
So there are many videos, but they are not so good. This was one of the best I could find. This is really, they have made it very well. So then we had seen that all the world shook and the seas trembled. I think we can have a song before we proceed further. So let us sing Tara Tarani, which you all like and we had sung last time. So if this English is here, you can, those who and it is in the sheets, you know. जग में तरण को, तारा तरणी नाम जग में तरण को, तारा तरणी। आगम निगम वेद ब्रह्मा बखानत, आगम निगम वेद बखानत, संकट हरणी मात, संकट हरणी मात, हरे पाप जन को, संकट हरणी मात, हरे पाप जन को, जग में तरण को, तारा तरणी नाम जग में तरण को। जोई जोई ध्यावत इच्छा फल पावत, जोई जोई ध्यावत इच्छा फल पावत, आवत नहीं जग में, आवत नहीं जग में, पुनरागमन को, आवत नहीं जग में, पुनरागमन को, जग में तरण को, तारा तरणी नाम जग में तरण को। तान तरंग तू घट घट विराजत, तान तरंग तू घट घट विराजत, ऐसी हरी मात, ऐसी हरी मात, कृपा करण को, ऐसी हरी मात, कृपा करण को, जग में तरण को, तारा तरणी नाम जग में तरण को, तारा तरणी नाम। So, yes, so we had done till 33 that all worlds shook as the seas trembled by the terrible roar of the Divine Mother. Then what happened? Also, Chachala Vasudha Chelu Sakalascha Mahidhara Jayati Devascha Muda Tamuchu Singhavahini. The earth quaked and all the mountains rocked, and Jayati Deva, Jaya iti Devacha. So, Jaya iti means victory to you, exclaimed the Devas in joy to her, the lion rider. The sages who bowed their bodies in devotion extolled her. Seeing the three worlds agitated, the foes of Devas mobilized all their armies. So the demons, they were not sleeping. They saw something is happening, the whole earth is shaking, something is not right. So, seeing the danger, They mobilize their armies. Like nowadays, countries see that through satellite and mobilize their army. They had that kind of satellite. So then Mahishasura, exclaiming in wrath, said, "Ha! What is this?" And rushed towards that roar, surrounded by innumerable asuras. Then he saw the Devi pervading the three worlds with her lustre. Ah, kim etad iti krodhat abhashya mahishasura. With great anger he said, Abhyadhavatatam shabdamasheshair asurai vrita. Dhavat means he ran towards that sound and he was encircled by his asuras. Sa dadarsha tato devim vyapta lokatrayam tisha. So he saw the Devi pervading the three worlds with her lustre, making the earth bend with her footstep, scraping the sky with her that mukut, what we say, shaking the nether worlds with the twang of her bowstring, and standing there pervading all the quarters around with her 1,000 arms. Sa dadarsha tato devim vyapta lokatrayam. Traya loka, all the three worlds. She is pervading everything. Pada krantyam nata bhuvam kirito likhitambaram shobhita shesha patalam dhanurja niswanenatam. So then began a battle between that Devi and the enemies of Devas, in which the quarters of the sky were illumined by the weapons and arms hurled diversely. Mahishasura's general, a great asura named Chikshura. So here it is given, Chikshura and Chamara, attended by forces comprising 4 parts and other asuras, they all fought. So here it is given, Mahishasura Senanish cha Chikshurakyo Mahasura. So all these generals of Mahishasura came and Yuyudhe Chamaras Chanesh Chaturanga Balanvita Rathanam Ayutai Shadbhir Udgrakyo Mahasura. So Udgrakyo means called by this Udgra it is said, here it is written something different. So what the name may be, he came with 60,000 chariots and Mahahanu with 10 millions of chariots. Then so many other also generals came, and other great asuras, thousands in number, surrounded with chariots, elephant and horses, fought with the Devi in that battle. So all in millions of chariots, elephants and all that were fighting, that Devi was alone. Mahishasura was surrounded in that battle with thousands of crores of horses, elephants and chariots. Other asuras fought in the battle against the Devi with iron maces and javelins, with spears and clubs, with swords, axes and halberds. I don't know what halberds are. Some hurled spears and others hurled nooses. They began to strike her with swords in order to kill her. Showering her own weapons and arms, that Devi Chandika very easily cut into pieces all those weapons and arms without any strain on her face, and with gods and sages extolling her, the Ishwari threw her weapons and arms at the bodies of the asuras. And the lion also, which carried the Devi, shaking its mane in rage, stalked among the hosts of the asuras like a conflagration amongst the forest. So like the flame is going through the forest, similarly that lion also went through all the asuras. I am not reading the Sanskrit, otherwise it will take too long. The sighs which Ambika, engaged in the battle, heaved became at once her battalions by hundreds and thousands. So she did this, she did, and it became thousands of this. Energized by the power of the Devi, these battalions fought with axes, javelins, swords, and destroyed the asuras. Of these battalions, some beat drums, some blew conches, and others played on their instruments in a sort of great festival like ye. Then the Devi killed hundreds of asuras with her trident, club, showers of spears, swords, and the like, and threw down others who were stupefied by the noise of her bell. And binding others with her noose, she dragged them on the ground. Some were split into two by the sharp slashes of her sword, and others, smashed by the blows of her mace, lay down on the ground. Some, severely hammered by her club, vomited forth blood. Pierced by her trident, some fell on the ground, pierced all over by her arrows. Some of the enemies of the Devas gave up their lives on that field of battle. Some had their arms cut off, some had their necks broken, heads of others rolled down, some others were torn asunder. So all the descriptions are there. And the profuse blood from the asuras, elephants and horses, flowed like large rivers amidst that army of asuras. As fire consumes a huge heap of straw and wood, so did Ambika destroy that vast army of asuras in no time. So this is the last verse. We have shortened it, otherwise it will take too long. So last verse I will just read in Sanskrit. Sacha Singho Mahanadam Utsrijan Dhuta Kesarah Sharirebhyo Amararinam Asun Iva Vichinvati Devya Ganescha Tatra Kritam Yuddham Tatha Surai Yathaisham Tushtuvur Devaha Pushpa Vrishtim Ucho Divi. So her carrier lion, thundering aloud with quivering mane, prowled about in the battlefield, appearing to search out the vital breaths from the bodies of the enemies of the Devas. So he was seeing that lion was roaming. He was searching, anybody is alive, that also I should finish. So in that battlefield, the battalions of the Devi fought in such a manner with the Asuras that the Devas in heaven, showering flowers, extolled them. So this is in short, this is the second chapter. Here Mahishasur does not make his appearance. His generals, poor fellows, are all gone.
But how beautifully it has been written.
Yeah. If you read the Sanskrit especially, it is, but that needs time. So, and this Sanskrit is not very difficult. It is. We have a lot more to do, no? Because the puja is there and some songs can be there. So let us have another Sanskrit hymn, which very, very simple, because it is Namastasya repeated. It is too long, so we will just chant the first 10 verses. And again Ankur will we will chant 2 verses, then Ankur will read the translation like that. So Ankur, you please take the book. So from here it starts. Namo Devye Mahadevye. So as usual before what we done. So we will finish at verse number 10. Verse number 10 means, first 10 means from here we will finish at 19 or so. Whenever I stop, you stop.
Yeah.
So 2 verses, then you please read the translation. This is the tune. Namo Devyai Mahadevyai Shivayai Satatam Namaha Namah Prakrityai Bhadrayai Niyata Pranatasmatam Raudrayai Namo Nityayai Gauryai Dhatre Namo Namaha Jyotsnayai Chendurupinnai Sukhayai Satatam Namaha.
Salutation to the Devi, to the Mahadevi. Salutation always to her who is ever auspicious. Salutations to her who is the primordial cause and the sustaining power. With attention, we have made obeisance to her. Salutation to her who is terrible, to her who is eternal. Salutation to Gauri, the supporter of the universe. Salutation always to her who is of the form of the moon and moonlight and happiness itself.
Kalyane pranata vridhyai siddhyai kurmo namo namah nairithyai bhuvritam lakshmai sharvanyai te namo namah Durgayai Durga parayai Sarayai Sarvakarinyai Khyātyai Tathaiva Krishnayai Dhumrayai Satatam Namaha.
We bow to her who is welfare. We make salutation to her who is prosperity and success. Salutation to the consort of Shiva, who is herself the good fortune as well as misfortune of kings. Salutation always to Durga, who takes one across in difficulties, who is essence, who is the author of everything, who is knowledge of discrimination, who is blue-black as also smoke-like in complexion.
Ati somyati rodrayai natastasya namo namah namo jagat pratishthaye divyai krityai namo namah ya devi sarvabhuteshu Vishnumayeti Shabdita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha.
We prostrate before her who is at once most gentle and most terrible. We salute her again and again. Salutation to her who is the support of the world. Salutation to the Devi who is of the form of volition. Salutation again and again to the Devi who in all beings is called Vishnumaya.
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Chetanitya Vidhiyate Nam Namastasyai Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhirupena Sanstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha.
Salutations again and again to the Devi who abides in all beings as consciousness, to the Devi who abides in all beings in the form of intelligence.
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Nidrarupena Sanstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shuddharupena Sanstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha.
To the Devi who abides in all beings in the form of sleep, to the Devi who abides in all beings in the form of hunger.
My salutations, like that it should be done, or maybe later it is said. So although I don't want to stop, but what to do? Time is, it creates such a, we can think of retreat on Divine Mother also, because we need at least 2 or 3 days
Yes, Lord.
to sing it is so wonderful. And these hymns immediately they create such a, it is wonderful. Once you and how many ways the goddess has been praised, you see and again it has been told, she is everything, good and evil. Everything is she only. And how many ways her glories of God have been described. It is unthinkable.
Yeah, it is said Matri Rupena Samstita and Vantri Rupena Samstita.
Unthinkable.
Yeah, all our mistakes.
So to keep on doing mistakes.
If good and evil are the same, why do they have to fight them?
Don't fight, who's asking you to fight? So now we will sing the whole of Mahishasura Mardini Stotram as every year we do.